This is your boy, Coach Sheldon Harrison. You're live on the Coach Sheldon Harrison Combat Sports Show live. The Coach Show live. And that's right. This fight was a fight between two bangers. And I'm going to tell you, man, it was entertaining from round 1 all the way to round 10. Entertaining fight. Jessica Mccaskill versus Anahi Sanchez. Let the coach give you his quality breakdown. The best breakdown in all of boxing, okay? Here goes. Listen, this fight, it was just a brawl. It was a brawl. I'm going to tell you the good and the bad about both fighters, okay? I'm going to start with my girl, Jessica Mccaskill. Jessica Mccaskill got a lot of heart. The girl got a chin, man. The girl got a chin made out of vibranium, okay? All the way from Wakanda, this girl got a chin made out of vibranium. Like, guys, Jessica Mccaskill can take a hit. She can take shots, man. And that's my problem, okay? Jessica Mccaskill, I thought she took too much damage in this fight, man. And you know what? Jessica was relying on the more so wide looping punches. Her uppercut, though, Jessica Mccaskill had a nice, clean uppercut. I liked it. And in times when Jessica Mccaskill started setting shots up with the jab, I noticed that she was a lot more successful. But it's like when Jessica, man, when she get hit, she throw that jab out the window and Jessica started brawling. And those winging shots, man, they wear you down, man. You know, I would have loved to see Jessica, man, just pop a jab in Sanchez's face for a little while. I would have loved for her to do that and then come back with that overhand right, man. See, you know, I just felt like Jessica wasn't doing a good job of setting it up. She was in the fight. Jessica had her moments. She had her moments. You know, I felt like Jessica was winning probably a majority of the rounds. But the rounds were so close that, you kind of went back and forth, man. Me, I was kind of going back and forth in my mind. Okay, who won that round? Did Mccaskill win that round? Did Sanchez win that round? Like, that's how close the rounds were. I felt like Jessica's work rate is incredible. This girl can outwork anybody. And she never stopped throwing punches, man. I also thought Jessica looked a whole lot better, man, cutting off the ring. She looked a lot better cutting off the ring. My issue is just, it's like the jab, setting up the jab. Getting that short jab, quick jab in the person's face so you can blind them a little bit so you can roll over top. I think Jessica she'll do a lot better, man. She'll do a lot better and she'll dominate fight. Jessica's an athlete. Jessica Mccaskill is an athlete, man. I just think that, she could be more defensive. I felt like, she wasn't being defensively responsible in parts of the fight. And I felt like she made it easy for Sanchez to catch her. That's my good and bad about Jessica Mccaskill. I felt like Mccaskill won the fight. I felt like the fight was close, though. And it could have been a draw. It could have been a draw. That's how close the fight was. I'm not going to argue with anybody about my opinion on the fight. I ain't going to do it. Okay? And I'm not saying Jessica didn't look good. She looked good in parts of the fight, man. She looked real good. And you can kind of tell that, what they've been teaching her in the gym, she's been working on it. I want to see Jessica tighten up a little bit more, I want to see her, not be so quick to abandon that jab to start brawling, I like the pressure. Jessica put on some good pressure. And it's like all that really intelligent pressure, it kind of goes out the window when you don't set it up with the jab and really, really, really start being a precision puncher. Look at it. The coach can't even get his words out. So, it's like the positives for Jessica Mccaskill, they're there. They're right there. And this girl, Jessica, I'm going to tell y'all, I think Jessica can be, look, man, I think if she work on that, man, she'll be ready again to rematch Katie Taylor. But she can't go back in there with Katie Taylor, man, trying to brawl because it's just not going to happen. Katie Taylor not going to brawl. She's going to box you to death. Okay, and that's what Katie Taylor did in the first fight. I felt like in parts of the fight that they were hating on Jessica, and I thought Jessica had a good performance, and Jessica was landing shots. But, man, could you imagine Jessica Mccaskill with a really, really refined jab? With that pressure? I'm thinking about it right now. Sanchez. The good about Sanchez is a hell of a counterpuncher, man. And I felt like in the exchanges, Sanchez, I felt like she was hitting her clean, man. She was hitting Jessica clean. And at one point in the fight, she stunned Jessica. Because Jessica got hit. She dropped them hands and started bagging up. I said, oh, man, no, Jessica. No, put your hands back up. Put your hands up. Don't let this girl end you now. But Jessica, she shook that stun off and came back. Sanchez boxes a little bit better than what the announcers were giving her credit for. I think Sanchez could have boxed and probably won this fight. But it's like, I don't know, man. Because Sanchez early in the fight, her counterpunching is through the roof. Like, she was counterpunching every time Jessica threw a barrage of shots. Sanchez came up with a beautiful counter, a beautiful like cross, or a beautiful overhand right, or a beautiful left. And I like the fact that Sanchez is comfortable switching between orthodox and southpaw. And she did it several times in this fight. And I started saying to myself, man, this finna be a tough fight. This finna be a tough fight. Very tough fight. But Sanchez, I felt like landed some really good punches, man. And I just felt like the referee, this dude looked like a darn, like an endangered species whale. I don't know who the referee was. This referee did not like Sanchez, okay? I'm going to tell you, man. He kept getting in the way. The referee kept getting in the way. This popcorn Pop-Tart fart. Like, what is this guy? What is this guy? I mean, this guy got like, what, 15 necks and 45 stomachs and 55 asses. Like, I said, get this referee all the way out of here. Then he was talking about, I thought he was going to take a point from Sanchez for holding. No, it was a brawl. That's what happens in brawls, man. The referee ruined this fight for me. He did. But Sanchez, Sanchez was being more of a headhunter, man. She was being more of a headhunter. And, I thought Sanchez didn't break Jessica down. I felt like Sanchez had the boxing acumen to break her down. Okay, Sanchez's foot movement is good, man. Her footwork is good. She's got a decent jab. It's like, I don't know, man. It's like neither one of these two would commit to really putting that jab out there and letting that fighter figure out how to work around that jab and setting him up. That's what I kind of noticed, y'all. That's just me. It was a good fight, man. I think the judges, the scorecards were a bit stupid, okay? Like, some judge had it 99-91. And I'm like, are you serious? What how the hell do you get 99-91 in this fight? This fight was close. One judge had it right. I think one judge had it, 96-94. I agree with that scorecard. The other two, I didn't agree with that, man. This fight, to me, it could have went either way. The fight was that close, okay? If Sanchez would have won, I wouldn't have been like, oh, man, it was a robbery. No, it was a close fight. The first time I watched this fight, it was a draw. The second time, I'm like, okay, yeah, Jessica won. Because the work rate, you can't really deny the work rate of Jessica Mccaskill. So shout out to my girl, Jessica Mccaskill. I'm a huge fan. And I'm a huge fan of Rick Ramos. They do a good job at that gym. And, hopefully, Rick, they really get Jessica jab on point, man, and make Jessica settle down a little bit. Because Rick, he was telling us some good stuff in the corner, man. He was telling her about her chin and, you can't do this. He was giving her good advice. And I like what Rick Ramos did playing mental games. He said, yo, you down. You down in this fight. You down in this fight. I didn't think she was down, but he told her, hey, you down. You ain't winning. I like that. Now get the jab secure, man. And I think that, Jessica Mccaskill is going to be a force to reckon with, man. I think she can, and I think Jessica can do it. Rematch.